So, Sharon Osborne is out as one of the hosts of the daytime talk show, The Talk. So, without further ado, let's talk about it. Hey people, welcome to another edition of Let's Talk About It. I'm Short Trini. To all my new subscribers, welcome. To all my new talkers, what's up? Anyhow, as I said in my intro, today I wanted to talk about the dismissal, the firing, the ouster of daytime talk show host Sharon Osborne for comments that she made on her, as one of the co-hosts on the daytime talk show, The Talk. For those of you who don't know, on March 10th, Sharon Osborne and Sheryl Underwood, another co-host from that show, had a confrontation in regards to Sharon's defense of Piers Morgan's comments about Meghan, the princess, Harry's wife. And Sharon couldn't understand what the big deal was about what he said and how he said it. So it made it seem like Sharon was defending Pierce's comments. For those comments, I suggest you look at go on YouTube and look at the clip. I may or may not include that segment in this because I do not want to spread that kind of negative talk, but it should be dealt with. It hurts me that we still have people who don't understand racism in America. It really does hurt me, especially people who are famous and who have all this money and all this notoriety, and for the most part are white. Now, I don't mean to say that in a bad way, but unless you've lived life in a brown person's body, don't claim to know what racism is. You guys have something, some of you guys actually, I shouldn't put everybody in one basket, but because of white privilege, especially those who are rich, you guys will never understand what it's like to be a black person in America, to be a black person, period. And I'm glad that someone finally said enough is enough and Sharon has to go. It's not her first time doing it. Many years ago when the talk first started, Holly Robinson Pete was a former co-host of The Talk, had auditioned for the show and made it. And it was reported that Sharon Osborne had said, I don't think she'll fit the format of the show because she seems a little bit too ghetto. Too ghetto. Let that sink in for a minute. Okay. What do you say to that? How do you remedy that? The best way to remedy that is to get rid of the negativity. She, as well as a few others in that vein, have done nothing really to help racism, to understand racism, to teach others that that kind of racism, especially in public, will not be tolerated. And I'm glad that producers of the show finally did something about it. My only question is what took them so long? Was it the Black Lives Matter movement that forced them to make a change? Was it the George Floyd killing that forced them to make a change? Which, by the way, the trial starts, I believe, today. So if you are near a TV, I suggest you watch it. The George Floyd trial starts today. What if these events never happened? Would people still feel the same way? Or let's sweep it under the rug. They really don't understand what racism is, and it's okay for them to say that because, you know, they're in the public eye. What if it never happened? There are other people who are like Sharon, Rush Limbaugh, who recently passed. He was one of the biggest racists of all. The things he said about Obama, the things that he said about his wife, Michelle Obama. On his talk show as a talk show host, they were unacceptable. Yet no one did anything about it. No one did anything about it. The man is dead now, and yeah. It's good to see that people are finally taking a stand against people like Rush Limbaugh, Sharon Osborne, Piers Morgan. The list goes on and on and on. How much does that play a part? How much does white privilege play a part in all of this? Do you think white privilege gives them that extra oomph to allow them to say what they say? And also, do you think the events of 2020, the death of George Floyd, the other killings of black men by police, the people who are supposed to protect and serve, do you think that had something to do with people now changing their tune and recognizing that that sort of talk, that racist talk and racist attitude, would not be put up with anymore? What do you think? Leave me a comment below. Of course, like, share, and subscribe to this video and to the channel if you like the content. But I would really like to know what you have to say, your thoughts. Does white privilege play a part in people keeping their mouth shut about white privilege? Do the events of 2020 have anything to do with it? Let me know. And until the next episode, Short Trini, let's talk about it. Peace.